Prepare to have your understanding of biblical figures, from Yahweh to Lucifer, radically transformed as we delve into a past shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Today, we delve into a provocative exploration, one that might upend centuries-old perceptions and invite us to reconsider the nature of divinity itself. What if the God we've come to know from our sacred scriptures were not divine, but an extraterrestrial entity? Let us focus on three names: Enlil, a deity from ancient Sumerian lore; Yahweh, the God of the Israelites; and Yaldabaoth, a figure featured prominently in Gnostic texts dating back to the 2nd century AD. What if I told you that these separate identities, enshrined in the scriptures of distinct cultures and periods, might not be so different after all? The proposition that Enki, Lucifer, and Yeshua are identical beings as well finds its roots in the interpretation of certain biblical verses and Sumerian lore. In the ancient city of Nippur, which was the religious center of the Sumerians around 5,000 years ago, Enlil was worshipped as the chief deity, the lord of wind and earth. Fast forward to the Iron Age Israelites around 1000 BC, the name Yahweh was revered, known today from the Tetragrammaton YHWH in the Hebrew Bible. Then we find Yaldabaoth, a figure shrouded in Gnostic mysticism, first appearing in texts such as the Secret Book of John, thought to be written in the 1st century AD. Yaldabaoth, also known as Nebro, meaning rebel, is depicted as an entity that rebelled against the God of Light and was cast into this universe. Join me as we journey into the narratives of these figures, drawing on a diverse array of sources, from the cuneiform tablets of Sumer to the Codex Chakos of the Gnostics, to challenge conventional understanding and seek the hidden truths of our ancient past. Turning our gaze to the text known as the Secret Book of John, we uncover a different image of the divine, an entity referred to as the God of Light by Christ himself. This text, part of the Nag Hammadi library discovered in Egypt in the mid-20th century, introduces us to a being beyond our conventional understanding of God, as depicted in traditional biblical narratives. Intriguingly, Christ's depiction of the God of Light hints at a celestial being, quite distinct from the entity we know as Yahweh. What if this God of Light represents an extraterrestrial power, something far more ancient and far-reaching than the confines of our own world? This brings us to the mysterious figure of Enlil from Sumerian mythos, a deity often equated with wind, breath, or spirit, much like the Hebrew ruach that denotes the Spirit of God. Is it mere coincidence that we find such parallels in ancient texts? Or could it be a clue pointing towards a shared origin or inspiration? Moreover, let's delve into the lore surrounding the Anunnaki, the deities of Sumerian and Akkadian mythology, said to have descended from the sky. The Anunnaki, whose name translates to those of royal blood or princely offspring, are often associated with the creation and early civilization of humanity. Could these celestial beings bear a relationship to the angels of biblical accounts or even the God of Light mentioned in Gnostic texts? This exploration leads us across time and cultures, from the archaeological remains of ancient Sumer around 3000 BC to the dusty scrolls of the Nag Hammadi library in the 1st centuries AD, challenging us to reconsider the nature of the divine. Our quest for hidden knowledge and forbidden truths continues. Venturing further into this theological labyrinth, we encounter a striking proposition. Could Yahweh, the God of Israelites, Enlil, the Sumerian Lord of the Wind, and Yaldabaoth, the Gnostic demiurge, be one and the same entity? The book of Isaiah identifies Yahweh as the sole creator, the one who stretched out the heavens and spread out the earth, a singular authority over the universe. Similarly, ancient Sumerian texts depict Enlil as the chief of the gods, responsible for the creation of both man and the world. Then there is Yaldabaoth, the central figure in certain Gnostic sects, often perceived as the creator of the material universe. The overlapping traits of these entities raise intriguing questions about their potential unity, but how could such a correlation come to be? To answer that, we need to travel back in time to the cradle of civilization. The ancient Near East, a cultural melting pot from around 3000 BC to 500 AD, underwent numerous religious shifts and adaptations. The Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Israelites lived alongside each other, often adopting and assimilating each other's gods and beliefs. Could the Israelites have identified Enlil, a significant god of their neighbors, with their own god Yahweh? Could the Gnostic Yaldabaoth, with his dualistic worldview, have been an interpretation or evolution of Yahweh and Enlil? We tread cautiously here, on the grounds of speculation, yet it is a path that promises to unlock profound mysteries of our ancient past. Our exploratory journey continues as we broach another contentious hypothesis. Could Enki, the Sumerian god of wisdom, Lucifer, the morning star, and Yeshua, better known as Jesus Christ, all refer to the same entity? Enki, in Sumerian mythos, was hailed as the god of wisdom, creation, and intellect, often associated with the symbol of the serpent. These attributes resonate with the Christian narrative of Lucifer as a serpent, a bringer of knowledge, albeit with disastrous consequences for humankind. The Gospel of John identifies Yeshua, or Jesus, as the Word, the divine Logos, embodying wisdom itself. Yet we face a paradox here. If Enki is Lucifer, and Lucifer is the fallen angel responsible for mankind's fall, how can he also be Yeshua, the Redeemer of mankind? The book of Isaiah presents another angle to this intricate puzzle. In Isaiah 14:12, the text mentions, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?" Here, Lucifer is depicted not as the embodiment of evil, but as a tragic figure who fell from divine grace. This perspective, somewhat paralleled in the narratives of Enki's role in the Sumerian pantheon, adds another layer to the complexity. So we have a triangle of identities that seem vastly different, yet share curious commonalities. Is it possible that these figures, separated by cultural and temporal boundaries, are reflections of each other? Could they represent different facets of the same entity, various interpretations molded by time and perspective? The mystery endures, encouraging us to dig deeper into the annals of our ancient past. Our investigation now takes us to Yaldabaoth, another figure shrouded in ancient narratives and esoteric knowledge. Also known as Nebro, or Rebel, this character is featured prominently in the Secret Book of John, a Gnostic text, where he is depicted as rebelling against the God of Light. According to Gnostic beliefs, Yaldabaoth is the demiurge, a lesser god who mistakenly believes himself to be the true god. His rebellion is symbolic, not merely a revolt against a superior deity, but a rebellion against the understanding of his own place in the cosmic order. Does this story sound familiar? In the realm of ancient religious systems, there exist similar figures. Zoroastrianism speaks of Angra Mainyu, the destructive spirit who opposes the creator Ahura Mazda. Manichaeism also delineates a similar duality between the world of light and the world of darkness. These parallels may hint at a shared motif of cosmic rebellion resonating across various ancient civilizations. Yet we must remember that each culture interprets these narratives uniquely, colored by their societal, historical, and philosophical contexts. Despite the apparent similarities, the figure of Yaldabaoth as a rebel against the God of Light holds specific connotations within Gnostic traditions. So, how does this enigmatic character connect with the figures of Yahweh and Enlil? As we dig deeper into the historical bedrock of these ancient tales, we unearth a myriad of interpretations, each adding another shade of complexity to our understanding. Let's now traverse the shadowy landscape of demonology. We often perceive the devil as a figure of malevolence, synonymous with Lucifer. But what if we've misunderstood this figure? What if, in the cosmic narrative, it's not Lucifer who fits the role of the devil, but rather Yahweh, the deity who roasts sinners forever in the lake of fire? Consider Yahweh's portrayal across Old Testament scripture. We find a deity who enforces divine justice, often through severe punishment. He presides over a fiery end for the wicked, a portrayal that seems to align with traditional images of the devil. Could it be that our conventional understanding of the devil and God has been skewed? And what about Satan? Traditionally feared and vilified, his Sumerian title, Administrator, offers a new perspective. In ancient Sumerian society, an administrator was a role of oversight and regulation. This title suggests a recontextualization of Satan's character in the cosmic narrative. Not inherently evil, but a force maintaining the balance of the divine order. Yet we must tread carefully. Our interpretations are bound by our cultural, historical, and religious perspectives, and the original contexts of these ancient narratives might differ significantly. As we continue this exploration, we'll keep challenging established notions, unearthing hidden truths buried within layers of history and interpretation. As we navigate through the cryptic corridors of biblical text, our attention is drawn to a striking image, the lake of fire. Described in Revelation, it is portrayed as the ultimate destination for the sinful and wicked, a realm of eternal punishment. Here we must pause and reflect. This depiction carries an uncanny resemblance to Yahweh's image as an eternal punisher, the deity with a lake of fire at his disposal. Could Yahweh be the custodian of this fiery abyss? This conception of Yahweh diverges significantly from traditional portrayals and enters the realm of an extraterrestrial entity executing the ultimate judgment. Intriguingly, this concept bears a strong resemblance to the ancient beliefs about the underworld. Within Mesopotamian cultures, the netherworld was envisioned as a dismal place, much like the lake of fire. This commonality, spanning across distinct cultures and time periods, beckons further inquiry. Yet, as we contemplate these connections, a larger question looms. What are the implications of a potentially extraterrestrial Yahweh wielding such power? The implications are monumental, challenging our understanding of divinity, morality, and existence itself. As we delve deeper into these theories, we tread the thin line between known and unknown, continuing our relentless pursuit of hidden truths. Peeling back the layers of biblical narratives, we uncover striking parallels between these accounts and what could be interpreted as extraterrestrial activity. An intriguing example arises in the account of Elijah's ascent to heaven. Described in 2 Kings 2:11, the chariot of fire, borne by a whirlwind, bears an uncanny resemblance to modern descriptions of unidentified flying objects. Further in our exploration, we encounter the visions of Ezekiel, the prophet's profound experiences veiled in a shroud of mystery. Ezekiel's elaborate descriptions of cherubim with eyes all over their bodies and wheels within wheels have been viewed by some as ancient depictions of advanced technology or spacecraft. Simultaneously, our gaze turns towards the tangible remnants of the past. Consider the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek artifact of remarkable complexity. This astronomical device, capable of predicting celestial patterns, hints at an advanced knowledge that far exceeds the understood capabilities of its time. Could this knowledge have been influenced or imparted by extraterrestrial entities? As we ponder these questions, we continue our relentless pursuit of deciphering the ancient mysteries woven into our past. Our quest now takes us from the lush biblical Garden of Eden to the harsh wilderness of the Sumerian Eden. In this transition, we find shared themes of rebellion and divine judgment echoing across different civilizations and scriptures. Could these stories be different interpretations of the same historical events? As we scrutinize these narratives, a particularly intriguing transformation comes to light: the shift from Lucifer to Satan. The Bible's morning star, also known as Lucifer, traditionally associated with pride and downfall, takes on an unexpected guise when viewed through the lens of Sumerian lore. Here he shares striking parallels with Enki, the god of wisdom and creation, reflecting a significant divergence from his biblical portrayal. The task of interpreting these ancient texts, however, is laden with complexities. The passage of time and the diversity of cultural influences have layered these narratives with nuances and subtleties, making it challenging to distill the truth. Yet we press on, realizing that each interpretation, each link drawn, and each parallel found brings us a step closer to unlocking the secrets of our ancient past. We now venture further into the complex labyrinth of divine identities and unearth more about Nebro, a character as enigmatic as he is fascinating. According to the Secret Book of John and other Gnostic writings, Nebro rebelled against the God of Light, leading to consequences of cosmic proportions. This rebellious stand against divine authority aligns Nebro with figures of dissent featured in many spiritual narratives. Yet what distinguishes Nebro is the magnitude of his revolt. Gnostic texts describe him as being banished into this universe, a punishment that suggests a cosmic reshuffling of divine order. Curiously, this narrative mirrors biblical accounts of divine punishment and exile. A notable instance is found in Genesis 3, where Adam and Eve are exiled from Eden for disobedience. This expulsion bears a striking resemblance to Nebro's banishment, leading us to ponder: could these tales be echoes of the same celestial event, perceived and recorded differently by distinct cultures? These speculations, while speculative, serve to shed light on the complexities of our ancient past, unveiling potential links between disparate cultures, spiritual beliefs, and historical accounts. This exploration, we hope, will encourage viewers to consider these ancient texts in a new, more expansive light. Finally, we turn our attention back to the equation of Enki with Lucifer and Yeshua. This unconventional interpretation has far-reaching implications, challenging traditional views and inviting us to reassess familiar narratives from a fresh perspective. The Bible, particularly the Book of Isaiah, and various Sumerian texts, contain subtle hints that may support this tripartite equation. These clues, intertwined with esoteric symbols and allegories, beckon us towards a deeper understanding of these entities. The enigmatic Lucifer, often demonized as a fallen angel and the epitome of evil, begins to take on new shades of complexity under this light. Perhaps one of the most powerful reevaluations this interpretation offers relates to the nature of Lucifer himself. If Lucifer is indeed synonymous with Enki, the Sumerian god of wisdom, and Yeshua, a figure of salvation and enlightenment, then our perception of Lucifer as a purely malevolent being is grossly oversimplified. Could it be that Lucifer, or Enki, embodies a mix of divine wisdom and challenging rebellion, thereby representing the spectrum of good and evil present within all of us? In exploring these threads, we dare to challenge the simplistic binaries often found in spiritual narratives and urge viewers to delve deeper into the rich tapestry of ancient wisdom. Such inquiries may reveal a multifaceted divine landscape that is far more intricate and illuminating than traditionally depicted. As we conclude this exploration, remember that we've only scratched the surface of these profound mysteries. Each story we've unraveled, every identity we've dissected, and all the connections we've discovered invite further exploration. Our journey has demonstrated that the depths of biblical texts and ancient narratives are vast and riddled with enigmas that continually challenge our understanding of the divine. Keep digging, keep questioning, and most importantly, never stop seeking the truth. Until next time, continue your quest for knowledge, and you might be surprised by what you uncover.